What is going up, you guys? Kelvin here, and many of you may know this, but many of you may not know this, so hopefully you find this video a little bit entertaining. First thing is, so we see these cards, right? I used to think the symbol right here in the corner was just the symbol, but it was announced, like, not recently, I want to say like probably 3 weeks ago, that there will be second generation cards. As you can see here, this actually, I guess they've been planning this, it symbolizes a 1, first generation, and it's further cemented because when you go over a card name, it says first edition A62 superb close assault and tells you the fragment, right? So wow, first edition. There's going to be second edition cards. I think that's pretty interesting. One of the things they said, and I think they might change, I don't know if they've made up their minds about the second generation cards, but one thing that they might do is they've said that they're not going to allow you to trade up anymore for first edition cards. So say the second generation cards come out and you want to make a Cobalt Fragger, you will no longer have the chance to possibly get the M62 Power Rifleman. You may no longer have the chance to possibly get the M61 Modern Rifleman. And as we know, some of these cards are just the best in their class. You might not be able to get P81 Amy, just the better card for the best gun. You know, you might not, worse, you might not be able to get the 383 Sparks, and there might be a card in the second generation that isn't as good as the 383 Sparks, because the 383 Sparks is just the perfect card when you think about it. It's just bonkers the way they designed it, and I don't even know like who let this out, because obviously everyone's gonna want this. Like, look at it, all three like medic augments, the best SMG, a good pistol. If it was an M9, this would be the best, and the best melee. Like, just change this to an M9, and like, this is literally, you can't get better than that. Like, you can't, like, so I don't know. But fear not, they said you won't be able to trade up for first generations, but what you can do is you can actually still buy the bronze variants. So you can still go in the store, pay 17,500 credits for it. One thing that I would like to note is that I think I'm not gonna trade in anymore. Cards like this may not be good, right? The A62 is definitely is not a good card. The T92 is definitely not a good card, right? And like, we can go on, like, this is not a good card. But the thing is, I don't think I'm going to trade them in anymore, because this is an interesting thought. Like, if trading ever does happen, and they said they've been working on it, I trust them, but it's been taking a while. If it does, then that means first edition cards become way more rare, especially Cobalt cards, because there's so few Cobalts already, unless you're Sniff, and then there's so few of these cards, like, people are just going to want them more, and I think they're going to place a higher value on them, even if they are silver, like, say, a silver 383 Sparks. Once second generation rolls out, they said that you're not going to be able to trade, and you're not going to be able to get them from cases. You're just going to get second generation cards. So you won't ever be able to get a silver 383 again, let alone a cobalt or a gold one. So I think these might become a little bit more rarer if the other cards aren't as good. And for the Sparks, I find it like, I can't imagine how you can make a better card. Cards like the C94 are a little bit hard to make better. Maybe they make one that has undercovered, chopper, a katana, and they get rid of cool with like unshakable, then yeah, clearly everyone's going to want that card in the second generation, and this card is going to be sort of like a novelty item. Like, oh man, look at back in the days, this is the card everyone wanted. We tried Cobalt for this one, and then they nerfed them, and then Phantom. Or like the SM41, right? They might trade in like Springy for something, and then the new generation just becomes way better. Like, Springy might be something important, like Drilled. So you have Unshakable, Drilled, Bigger Blast, which clearly would make it the best Nader card out there for you to choose. So, yeah, or maybe they don't, and this is still the best card, and people still want, you know, the swag. They want to say, hey, I have this in silver, so this becomes of a higher value when it comes to trading. Interesting thought, right? So I don't think I'm going to trade in my cards, even if they are crappy. Like, I've had plans to trade in this Fletcher, this Skyhammer, this Sawbones, and then this Red Eye. Like, I was like, yeah, I can make 2 Cobalts, but I think I'm going to sit on them. And I think cards like the special edition cards become a lot more rare too, because these are way more rare than Cobalts, right? I know a lot of people are complaining that they're not getting these skins and all that stuff, but you guys got to think about it. Like I said in my other video, these are supposed to be rarer than Cobalts. So I think cards like these are just, if trading ever comes, like people are going to value them crazy, even if they are pretty mediocre. For stuff like the Humble Bundle, I don't think, because, you know, you could have bought it and stuff. This one, everyone has it, or not everyone. Newer players don't have this one, right? Or people who didn't end up getting Phoenix and like stuff like that. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Are you guys excited for the second generation cards? Do you like that you won't be able to trade them up, or do you think that's kind of lame? I personally think that's kind of lame. There should be an option to trade up from the first generations. I hope they said they want to do that. I hope they change that. But overall, I'm kind of happy for second generation cards. I'm interested to see what they got, and I'm interested to show you guys some gameplay of those cards. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like. If you're new, subscribe, and as always, Kelvin's out. Man, dude, my chair is so freaking squeaky.